Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee.
Guys, and I'm Tall from YouTube channel Traveling Tall.
All right, so we got this beautiful 2023 Road Glide. Now, this is a little outside of Tall's normal wheelhouse. He's been a street glide guy for a long time. But his first Road Glide, we finally got him brought over.
Well, wait a minute, guys. Don't judge me on that. You know, I still have the street glide too, but yes, I'm enjoying the Road Glide.
All right, I had to poke at him for a minute. So we had this bike in here previously. You might have saw the video either on the Volunteer Audio YouTube channel or the Traveling Tall YouTube channel. And we did an awesome upgrade. We did the big Hertz 1000 watt RMS, 2000 watt peak SP 4.900 amplifier. And along with that, we did a set of SX165 Neo 6.5s in the fairing and SV165 mid basses in the lowers. Now, since that video, there's a tour pack not on it today.
Yeah, I left it at home.
Tall got a tour pack and brought it to us, and we added a set of SV165 mid basses to the tour pack as well. And we'll take a second, I want to talk about the difference between mid bass and sub bass, because I think this bike now has really good mid bass. It's real punchy, it's tight. But there's this thing called sub bass from a subwoofer. Most bass guitarists, if they're playing on a stage, they're hooked up to a 12, a 15, maybe a bunch of 18-inch subwoofers that you're hearing at that concert. And it's just impossible for the smaller 6.5-inch speaker to give us that super low note and play as loud as we need on a Harley. So we've got to be louder in the wind, we've got to be louder in the engine, and that speaker would just distort and sound terrible if we tried to play those low notes. Now, we've got pretty similar music we listen to. I listen to a lot of contemporary Christian. We were just talking a minute ago about Lecrae. I listen to Lecrae as well. Got some really low bass notes that we're just missing without a subwoofer.
Exactly. You know, guys, I'll tell you what, the Hertz system sounds fantastic when you hear the music is so crystal clear. But the only thing that I was lacking, like he said, was that deep bass. The kick drum bass sounds fantastic, but the deep bass that you get from things like Lecrae and some of the other gospel, some of the other Christian artists, it just, it didn't have the low bass that I have in my truck. So today,
so let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
So you got to talk about your Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
So the Gladiator's probably got the Alpine system?
Yes.
Okay. So these factory amplified systems that are in a lot of our newer vehicles we've gotten accustomed to, they all have a subwoofer factory hidden in the vehicle to make it sound more full and to play those low notes. And now it's easy to do in something like a Gladiator with the doors on and the windows up.
Right.
Now you take the doors off, you lose a lot of bass. We're in the same similar situation on this. In an open air environment, it takes a lot of sub bass to get that fullness and allow you to hear it. Now, also your home audio systems, most of those, even if you've got a sound bar on your TV, that sound bar is pretty high pitched and not really full without that subwoofer they've got playing next to it. So our solution, let me grab the solution here. This is an awesome solution to get that sub bass. So we always battle space versus bass. Nobody wants to lose space. Everybody wants more bass. And Precision Power came out with this enclosure. It's got two drivers in the bottom that are pretty much the whole bottom of your bag is going to be a subwoofer.
wow, that's cool.
All right. It's got an amp built in, but what I really like, as you see here, this single enclosure can be took in or out of the bag. So it doesn't have to be permanently installed. Now we got to figure out, how do we get the sound though? A lot of people wonder, if I put this in your bag, I close the lid, how are we going to get that bass where you can hear it?
Right.
Now in the comp bikes out there, there's a lot of people putting subwoofers in, and they seal that bag, and then they port it out the bottom to get the bass out. Well, in the name of that, they have this great idea from Precision Power, and I'll tell you, the engineering behind this is pretty remarkable. They came up with this. It's a little bushing. It's basically a port, and inside of that port, if you notice, there's a hydrophobic cloth. So the sound and the air from the sub can get out, but water won't go back in.
Okay.
So we have this waterproof solution. We're going to drill. In this case, it's an extended bag. It'll get 14 holes drilled in the bottom of the bag, and each one will be filled with this bushing. So all that bass will radiate out the bag, reflect off the ground, come back up, and we'll have a big full sound without just creating a lot of rattles.
Right. Well, sounds good to me.
Now also, I told you it's removable, so later on, if you need to take another trip across the country and you need that room, you can take these out, and we'll go over that as we go through the install. Here's a little highlights here. All you have to do to remove it is actually unbolt the two little latches inside, unplug two electrical connectors, grab it, and take it out. Put these back on, and you're ready. Your bag, you can put whatever you need in it. Those little ports aren't going to be affected by your belongings.
Right.
And if you have lid speakers, in this case we don't yet, I know the Street Glide does, we offer a deeper version that clears those deep 6x9s. But even when this isn't in there, those ports make the 6x9 have more bass.
Wow.
So we get better sound even without it. But I'll tell you, the sub sounds so amazing once it's in there and you hear it. You don't want to take it out. You're going to figure out how to ship something so you don't have to carry it in your bag. Yeah, the tour pack will be on.
So what you're saying is I might need to get those subs on my Street Glide too, right?
That may be coming. We'll see. Once you hear them, you can't unhear them. And so everything that sounded great doesn't sound as good as it once did.
Right.
So also, once we get them installed, we'll check polarity of the system. We'll make sure those subs are working with our existing speakers to not only give us sub bass, but give us better mid bass as well.
Okay.
All right, so let's get this thing tore apart. I've got Rick with us today. Rick's going to do part of the install. I'm going to do the other part. We're going to tag team this, knock it out real quick, and we'll see what the end result is.
All right, and I'm going to get out of your way.
All right.
All right.
All right, so we got the bike finished, everything's back together, and we're ready to get our first official listen.
Guys, listen, I'm excited about this. Volunteer Audio has really done a fantastic job. They're very meticulous on everything that they do. So when I saw him installing the subs, it wasn't anything different. They take a lot of care and time doing the install. Now, this is my 2023 Harley Davidson, so if I trust him with my brand new bike, you guys, you have to know that he knows what he's doing. He does a great job. So I'm excited about it. So enough talking.
Well, I'll add to what you said. We just cut 28 holes in the bottom of this bag and added those bushings. And then we cut the holes where the quick disconnects go through. So yeah, I remember the first time we worked on your Street Glide, probably a couple years ago now at this point, and you were a little nervous.
Yeah.
But today he wasn't nervous a bit. He's used to seeing me drill holes in his bike now.
Yeah,
but enough said, let's hear this thing, see what it sounds like. What are you gonna play?
All right, guys, so I have some copyright-free music because you know we can't play copyrighted music on YouTube. But if you're listening to this, take the time to put your earphones in or borrow your daughter's earphones or somebody's earphones in the family and put them in because you're going to want to hear the full sound of this. And even though when you're hearing it being recorded and played later, it's not going to give you the 100% full sound, but having the earphones in is going to help you. So here we go. We're going to start this out.
Yeah.
I got a little copyright-free music from YouTube here.
I could hear you. You want to say
Yeah. So anyway, that sounds so much better, guys. The hertz in the front, the crystal clear sound that's coming from the front of the bike, and now the subs, a deeper bass that's coming from the back of the bike. It sounds great. You get that full range of sound now, and it sounds awesome.
So I don't ever want to oversell anything, and I know this sounds great. It's going to sound really good going down the road too. Now, you can outrun bass. 50, 60 miles an hour, I expect for a lot of this sound for you to start to outrun it.
Okay.
But I also expect for you to still feel it.
Right.
There's a presence to it that you just cannot get without a subwoofer. Also, I'm just blown away with how loud they are because they keep up with these crazy loud Hertz speakers.
Yeah.
The Hertz speakers are so loud and so clear, but this gives us enough oomph and enough bass. It sounds really full.
It does. It sounds, guys, to be honest with you, that is what I was looking for. The Hertz, they sound fantastic, but adding the bass, it now sounds like I'm in a car riding around in my car. You got that nice full surround sound system, and it just sounds amazing. And guys, now I have 4 speakers in the front, 2 subs in each bag. And you know, I want to thank Volunteer Audio, Jay, again for doing the install. He did a fantastic job. So you make sure you contact Jay at Volunteer Audio or give them a call. Jay, what's your number?
Give us a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We've got an excellent staff. They'd be so happy to discuss with you your system design, your budget, the genre of music you listen to, and put together the correct system for your Harley Davidson. You can also view all of our packages at volunteeraudio.com. So definitely like this video. Please subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, to see more of Tall's bikes. We've got another one coming up soon with his brother-in-law Leonard. Definitely check that one out because I think you'll be impressed with his bike as well. But thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have any questions. If you want to know what it takes to put this in your bike, give us a call. Comment. Go onto the website. There's so many ways to reach out to us. We'd love to meet you and do the install for you. But we also have amazing packages that come with everything you need. And if you follow our step-by-step videos, I'm sure you can get this installed in your Harley.
Enough said. Thanks again, Jay.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, God bless.
All right.